joining me now as the CEO of Virtual City, John Wabochi. Many thanks for dropping by.
Thank you, Larry.
I understand you're still, I guess, recovering from the good news, 80 million shillings from the Nokia for innovation. Maybe for those who are not aware exactly what this is all about, maybe a background on that first. Yes. How come you have 80 million shillings from Nokia?
Well, it's been a whirlwind since we won it last Wednesday.
All right.
We participated in a global award that was run by Nokia, and it really had to do with a growth economy challenge. And what they were looking for was an innovation that could be used in emerging markets that would change people's lives.
Right.
So we submitted our proposal in July this year, and there were 300 contestants from around the world, and from 54 different countries,
right.
And we turned out on top, so we're very grateful about that.
And what was this innovation you put together?
We put together a mobile distributor solution, and what that is helping manufacturers and distributors automate the sales process. So we have salespeople walking around Nairobi, or moving around in mukokotenis or in pickup trucks or whatever,
right.
Using mobile phones, Nokia mobile phones, to collect orders, to do deliveries, and to actually collect even payments for deliveries that they have done. Right. So as you see the salespeople going down to the kiosks and to the retail centers, they're actually using mobile phones now instead of using delivery books.
You've been in the business for about 10 years now. What exactly does Virtual City do? What are you involved in?
We concentrate on mobility solutions that simplify lives. What that means is that we look at various elements of the of industry, and we concentrate primarily on supply chain automation. So in supply chain automation, we look at how do goods and services get from a manufacturer to a distributor to a retailer. What's the paper process involved in that? What are the inefficiencies? Then we automate that. We also do the same thing in what we call the upstream side, which is from a farmer down in the rural area, taking his produce to a buying center. From that buying center, it goes possibly to a cooling plant or to a fast level processor. Then it goes via transport to a place in Nairobi where it goes second level processing all the way to export. So we automate that entire chain, and we use mobile devices, mobile printers, mobile weigh scales in order to be able to do that. And we just automate that entire process. What that means is that the whole reconciliation of the farmer's records are now 100% electronic, and he's also able to be paid faster.
All right, what goes into putting together an innovation like this one that won the Nokia Growth Economy Challenge? Because I guess a lot of people think you can't get this sort of stuff in Kenya unless you're in Silicon Valley.
No, absolutely you can. I mean, we have fantastic resources in this country, and I have a fantastic team I work with at Virtual City. So we have teams that do the design work, we have teams that do the development work, we have teams that work with our customers to understand exactly what it is that they need. But you'd be surprised as to the depth of not only software skills, but even just management skills we have in this country. So right. I think we're in a very good place at the moment.
So Kenyan software innovation and development is at a competitive level on a global scale?
Absolutely. In terms of defining how we're going to use technology in emerging markets, I think Kenya is a fantastic test bed for a lot of these things. And we've seen it with many other innovations. And we actually have a very good market here in Kenya where we can test certain things, see how they work, commoditize them, and then take them to market across beyond Kenyan borders.
All right. Over the last 10 years in software development and running a tech company in Kenya, what have you learned? Something that probably other people who are looking at following this path might want to get from you?
You still have to put in the basics of a strong company. You still have to have the right financial systems, the right management systems, the right people in place. And then on top of that, you need space to think. You need space to innovate. And you need to let people come up with their ideas. So we do need to have that culture that allows people to speak their minds. You need to have a culture that allows people to try different things, and you need to be able to articulate that to your customers and find out what exactly they need to do and be able to do that. So that is what is really very important.
All right, again, another stereotype I want you to help me debunk here is that unless you get into fast-moving consumer goods or the more traditional sort of business, you're not going to make money out of it or make something out of yourself. But you're in software development. I guess a lot of Kenyans don't know that you can do this. Absolutely.
I think you just need to look at what is unique. And what is it that you can offer that is unique? So even if you're working, and we also work with fast-moving consumer goods companies, right. But we do not sell fast-moving consumer goods. We service them.
Right.
So as a service provider, there are a lot of different things that we can do. And if you look at a lot of Kenyan industry, we are very good at being service providers, and we can actually take advantage of that.
Okay, I want to talk government involvement here because I guess some people in technology like to whine how the government is not being helpful enough. I don't know what your experience in this is and if it can be better.
I think if you look at the way the regulations have gone in the last 4 to 5 years, especially in the communications industry, we have nothing else to complain about the government anymore.
Right.
The field is there, the opportunities are there. It's upon us to go and grab them. So I think the days of us complaining about the government being what is holding us back are numbered.
Okay, you have me now as a CEO. What is it all about?
Contrary to popular belief, they didn't actually just give it to us as cash. So
Good. It's a good thing you're saying this here.
Right, so it's not sitting under my mattress or something like that.
So that come and rob you.
Yes. So it's actually an investment. So we're negotiating with them as to how that investment is going to come into the company. And because it's an investment, I have to pay it back. So there's the wow, what we're going to do with it, but there's also the serious side of it is an investment. An investor expects a return. So we are going to have to give them a return on that particular money. And what we're doing now is negotiating the way that investment will be done and the repayment procedures.
How does this alter how Virtual City has worked or move you next to the next phase, and generally what's in the future for Virtual City?
It alters what we will do considerably, because we have been doing R&D in starts and stops.
Right.
And the way that R&D usually works, especially for us, has been when we have extra funds, then we do a little bit of R&D, then we go back to business as usual.
Right.
We are now going to build a specific R&D element. We're also going to look at things like how do we commoditize our products such that they can be used globally. We're going to look at all the various things of how do we distribute this particular product and how do we build a brand around it. Now those are things that a lot of us as local companies have not been able to do, especially in the SME market. Now this gives us the leeway to be able to do that.
Okay, and finally, compare for us, you work with mobile phones as opposed to, say, developing for PCs and computers as a whole. How different is that, and why did you decide to go with mobility solutions?
It's a different skill set. The engineers that we use have a different skill set for the mobility aspects. Although there is a convergence beginning to happen. We actually weren't always in mobility. We actually started off in the internet initially.
Right.
But and around 2004, we realized that the mobile networks were growing tremendously much faster than the internet. And we shifted our entire focus from the internet towards mobility. And it's something that we've never regretted since.
All right, so the mobile phone is here to stay. It's going to become a more pervasive part of our lives.
Absolutely. It's going to be the computer for the African market.
All right, General Bochi, many thanks for dropping by.
Thank you very much for having me, Larry.
And all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and General Bochi is the CEO of Virtual City, and of course they're in the news because of that 80 million shillings investment from Nokia, which he says they're going to put to very good use.